What's up, guys? Today me and my friend again.
What's up?
We're gonna be doing some scary stories that we've had in our life so far. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, I'm gonna set the camera up like right here. The goddamn Alexa or something. Okay.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna be telling my experience, but it's not really a scary experience. But one time, my brother invited me to play soccer.
Keep your voice down.
Soccer with his friends at his school, and so when we started heading over to the school, once we head outside, started going outside, my brother already put his headphones and his music on, so he didn't have to interact with me or anything. And so I was walking just basically myself and him basically next to each other. And we have these bushes by our white fence, and once we got halfway, I hear but at the back of my left ear, I just hear a little quiet whisper say my name. It was like Anthony, but a little bit quieter. And I looked at my brother, confused. And because I looked at him, and once I looked at him, I was confused because my brother was looking directly straight and he was not paying attention to anything. And so I told him, "Hey, yo, did you just call out my name?" And then he was like, "No." He was like, "I was just listening to my music." And at that point, I got confused because at that point, I heard someone call my name from the back of me. So once I heard that, I quickly turned around, and I see by the corner of my, once I turned back, there was nothing there. But once I turned back, at the corner of my eyes, I see like a white shadow figure go running down the street. And then, once I turned back to my brother, I saw that, in the corner of my eyes, I see a white shadow sprinting down the street.
White shadow? Sprinting down the street?
Yeah. It was like, it didn't have legs or anything or arms. But I was kind of confused because it was floating in the air. And when I turned back, I saw the corner of my eye. And I quickly turned around. And then I already see it. I don't see anything at the background. And I was kind of confused. So I let my brother know. And basically, we just went our ways to school. And that's only what happened to me right there.
Damn, that's creepy.
It was. That's over to decide.
Well, so I used to live in Texas. Specifically Pampa, but I moved back to California, and me and my friends used to play this game called Infection, but it wasn't like zombies. It was funny because we did it with aliens, and so then it was also nighttime, and we lived in this gated community, and so in the middle of our houses were an oval, and in the middle of that oval it was a playground and a field, and so in the field there was a playground and swings, and so we were playing in the back field. And it was dark, so it was even more creepy and fun, as we used to think. And then, so two of my friends were it, and we make to know that others are it. We make weird noises like ticking, tick tick, weird shit like that, and. So there was my friend and he was hiding in a bush waiting for me behind his house. And he started making the ticking sound. He was like, but, oh my god, my eyes are watering, but I'm not, like, my eyes are watering, but, like, I'm not gonna cry, it's weird. I just get, like, weird when I have to explain this stuff, but, like, so, he heard ticking, like, I heard ticking, like, and he was looking at me, and I was like, oh shit, dude, and he started laughing because he thought my reaction was funny, but then fucking behind him, we heard rattling in the bushes, so he turned around and ran towards me because he was like, yo, I'm getting scared, do you see what that was? Like, was that Jonathan or was that AJ? And I was like, and Jonathan and AJ were my friends, and I was like, no, they went up the field further up because AJ's chasing Jonathan. And he was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, I don't know. And then out of nowhere, we heard like this like thing, like it didn't sound right. Like we heard this thing like mimicking us. And it was like, so I was like, bro, so my friend was like, I don't know, what the fuck was that? And then we just, like, I said, I don't know. And then we heard this thing in the bushes, like, wow, what was that? Like, it was saying, like, what me and my friend was saying, but, like, in a more weird, faded voice. And it was just creepy, so we ran up the street telling, like, my friend AJ and Jonathan and Alex, like, hey, dude, come here, we need to assemble, there's this fucking weird thing we just heard. And we did. And we went to the, like, playground, and we climbed up to the very tippy top, and then we looked, me and my friend Alex pointed to freaking, to where we saw the incident, and so, we pointed there, and then out of nowhere, we just saw this fucking thing moving, like, it was, like, out of the bush, and it was, like, swirling side to side, and it was this weird fucking, like, blackish tail. I think it was, like, black or something dark, but I don't know the exact color, because, once again, it was fucking nighttime, and so, I was just like, dude, are you guys fucking seeing that? Are you seeing that? And then my friend freaking AJ started crying because he was young, like he was a little kid, he was like 6, and me and my other friends were like 8. And so, we started like yelling at it, like, hey, stop fucking around. And my friend Alex, my friend Alex was the oldest of the group. He was 11, my age now. And so he like chucked a stick at it, and it wasn't too far because the bush wasn't too far. And he chucked a stick at it, and the bush started rattling, and we didn't see the tail again. So then we each went to AJ and Alex's house because AJ and Alex were brothers. And we went to there, and we were like, hey, we saw this weird thing in the bushes. And then their parents just brushed it off like it was nothing, because apparently it was just a mouse or a squirrel or a fucking anything out, because we have some weird-ass creatures in Texas, or we did. Like, some of them look like fucking aliens or something. But this time, though, it was fucking weird, because it was, like, mimicking our voices. And, when I walked out to go to my house, because it turned out that Jonathan was sleeping over at AJ and Alex's, because, they were having a sleepover in the first place. And so we decided to play out. And when I was walking to my house, I went in there, and when I got to my front door and I opened it, I looked back because I was like wondering what the fuck was that. And I went inside because I didn't see anything. I turned my light on, like my front porch step light. I told my parents, and then I went back to the window where my door was, and I fucking kid you not, I saw something weird, like fucking like crawling, like, or not crawling, but like in a crawling position on the floor, like a house down. And that shit was like one of the most scariest things I've ever seen in my fucking life. There was one more like the scariest that I've seen in the fucking attic that I'm right next to, actually. But that was like years and years ago, so yeah.
Well, I don't have a story now. Practically, I believe that was probably like the scariest thing that happened to me. Or, I don't know, maybe there's something scary that happened to me before, but I just can't think of it right now because I really don't have good memory back in the days. So, maybe I can think of it when I just say I keep telling you stories, but that's all I had to tell. That's all I knew because it was like recent. It was like back in it was like, I would say...
You said last year, right? So like 2018?
Yeah, it was like, I would say like October, around there. October or September, around there. And so yeah, that's the only thing I can think of because it was like the closest one. And yeah. Go ahead.
So,
You want the attic?
the attic one, I'm not gonna say because like I just don't like to speak of it anymore because it was like so fucking scary. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't want like to really get into it because I don't like thinking of it at all. Like, and I was telling him earlier like about it too. I was like something because he was like, yo, for a YouTube video we should explore the attic, and I was like, no, I'm not going in there, and neither are you.
I didn't say a YouTube video, I just said to explore the attic.
You said for a video.
Oh.
I think you said for a video. But I was like, no. And he was like, why? Because something really scary happened to me and my aunt up there when I was little. And I don't like to go into it now. And I still don't. And I'm very fucking terrified of it. And I'm not going to speak of it again. So, yeah. He has a story now, apparently.
Alright, so I got it up. So, one time, it was when I was 12. I'm 13 currently. It was before my birthday. I think it was like, what am I gonna say? I would say August or June or July, around there. But I don't remember the exact date. But all I remember was I was home alone. My mom was at work. My brother was with his friends. And then my aunt and uncle and my cousins were somewhere else, I don't know. And then my grandpa and grandma were out. Well, my grandpa was here and my grandma was at work. And my grandpa went somewhere, and so I just stayed home.
So you were home alone?
I think it was nighttime. It was around, I would say, 8 o'clock. My grandpa just went to go somewhere like really quick, like 30 minutes or something, like 45 minutes. So I was just, as I was playing Fortnite, because that's my thing, my game.
Yeah, we love to play Fortnite. If you don't play Fortnite, you should fucking kill yourself.
Honestly, you should, because Fortnite is
amazing.
It's amazing, and we like to brag or argue about it, saying who's better, but really we're just the both.
Yeah, we're both like same.
Okay, so anyways, I was back playing Fortnite. I was playing with my friends. I was playing with one of my friends. He was like one of my closest friends that I knew for a long time. I was playing, and so I don't know how to say this. I was playing. I was in the middle of a match. There was like a couple people. It was like, I would say like 20 people left, and I had headphones on, but I only had one part of the headphones out so I could hear the TV. And so my TV was loud. It was kind of not really loud, but it was kind of a bit loud. I barely hear a slight tap, like a slight tiny tap. I would say like that. I hear it coming. I hear it. And I hear it coming from the window. Usually my dogs would bark, but I think they were scared, so they were in the cage. I know they barked before, and so, but they stopped barking. And then after they started barking, I hear them knock on the window. I got up from the chair. Well, I was like, I told my friend, yo, bro, there's someone knocking on my...
You had a friend over?
No, it was
on
Fortnite.
Duos?
Yeah. I told him, yo, dude, I just hear a slight tap on the window. And he told me, is that like your brother or something? And I'm like, no, dude, everybody else is gone, and I'm like the only one home. And I told him that my brother was out spending the night with his friends. And so he told me, get up and look. And so for me, I was dumb. I look, I get up. I took off my headset, put the controller down on my desk. I slowly walked over, and I have like curtains and like I would say like I don't know how to say it, but like, yeah, curtain. No, it's curtain. And so I take the curtains off, or I barely take a slight look. All I see is kind of 3 fingers up, holding 3 fingers. And all I saw was 3 fingers. Once I saw those, I quickly ran back to my phone, or on my, what did I say, on my mic with my friend. I told him, bro, I just saw 3 fingers, or three fingers that just popped up. And he was like, that's creepy as hell. And I was like, I know. And then I hear the window kind of like slightly opening, and I got scared. And so I yelled at him. I was like, yo, what the hell are you doing here? And then what he does, he stops opening the window, barely a slight crack. He kind of starts heading around to the back door.
How do you know?
Because I hear him going over there. And then I hear like a loud, kind of like a loud knock, a medium knock. And I quickly I took the headset off and kind of slowly walked through my back door. And it's kind of like no protection whatsoever through the back door. And so I kind of had to slowly like crouch down and hide, like when, like I would say, like near the stairs. I see a figure right there, standing.
Where?
By the back door.
Oh.
And I was scared at that point. He tried opening the thing, but luckily it was open. I mean, it was locked. And then I kind of got scared, so I didn't know what to do, because that was like the scariest thing of what to do. And he's trying to knock it. I see him. He was wearing all black, so I didn't know who he was. I see him all black. I see a slight movement of the arm reaching into the pocket. Once he put in the pocket, he took out his hands and was like this, with his hands like that. So I looked at the hand. I was scared. I was shaking. And what happened was, all I see is just something sharp come out. Like, it was like a pocket knife, I would say. When you open up a pocket knife, it comes out. And I see that. And I was like, what the heck is that? And then I kind of like try to look closer, like kind of like easily like see if I can look at it. And I see it. And I see it's a knife. And so I was kind of scared at that point, so I didn't know what to do. But at that point, I was like my grandpa already was, he came back home. He opened the door. And then I kind of, he opened the door. The guy saw that the door was opening, so he ran. When I saw my grandpa, I was scared, because when I saw the door opening, I looked back and I got scared, because I thought it was like someone trying to open the door from behind. Like, there was 2 people. And so it was kind of like scary. So I started shaking, but luckily it was my grandpa. So when it was my grandpa, I don't know why I was doing what I was thinking, but I quickly ran to the kitchen. It's like right there by the stairs. I quickly grabbed a knife, and like I'm a really fast runner, and Josiah knows about it. And I quickly grabbed a huge ass knife, 2 of them. I turned on the porch lights. I opened the door as quickly as I can, and then I tried running to the corner over there. And when I saw the corner, that's when I saw the gate already closed, and I tried sprinting over there to get it. But that's when But when I opened it, he was already long gone. So I explained it to my grandpa, but I told him, like, sure to not tell anybody, because, like, it was, like, still scary, and, like, it was, like, probably, like, one of the scariest things I have experienced, because when you left the home alone, and someone tried to break into your house with a knife, and you're only 12, and you don't know what to do. I know you're thinking that you're supposed to call the cops right away, but I didn't want to. Because I feel like it was just someone, like, trying to pull a prank or something, I don't know. Or just do it as a joke. So I got scared. So I didn't do it. I didn't call the cops or anything. And then I just told my grandpa, but I told him not to, I did not tell him to, like, tell anybody else. Because I wanted to keep it between me and him, because it was, like, one of the scariest things that ever happened to me. And, like, I was just...
Probably the scariest, so, like, because, like, you don't even remember much, so, like, it has to be, like, the scariest.
I feel there's, like, more to the story, I believe. And, like, but I don't remember. Like, all I knew is that I remembered that that's what I had to remember. And, like, it was scary. Like, at that point, I started crying. I know you guys are going to think I'm a pussy and stuff. But if you're in that situation as me, I bet you $100 you would start crying.
I would have grabbed my fucking AR as soon as I saw that shit fucking rocking all over that fucker.
Especially if you're young, you don't know what to do, and you're left home alone, and there's no one else to protect you, then that's why. But if you think that's a pussy move, and you're saying that it's a pussy, then what I can say to you is fuck you. Because that's not being a pussy. And I know my grandpa...
Plus, like, you freeze a lot, too. Like, in Fortnite, when you freeze, like, I could imagine, like, you probably, like, mega freezed on that shit because you, like, really didn't know what to do.
But I don't usually, at that point, or when back then, because I don't know, some things in my head that every time out of nowhere, I just stop, I freeze, and completely stop thinking, like, I just zone out.
Like, he legit, like, just, like,
I just goes like
nowhere,
this.
Like, no, he has his eyes open. He's like, just like sitting there, like,
you think
like looking like a fucking brain dead kid.
If someone's talking to me, and sometimes it would happen, and you think that I'm listening to you, but once they're done with the conversation, I go back and I'm like with my head like, what happened? And then I was like, what'd you say? And then, because at that point after that, I don't know what the person was talking about when it started, and I don't know when that starts, so like, and I don't feel it when I'm in that position, so yeah, and it was like the scariest thing of my life, and yeah.
Alright, I think we should end it here now.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, guys, I know people probably don't like having this, like, telling them to subscribe, but, like, I mean, I just started YouTube channel, or my YouTube channel. I don't know why I said that. That's weird. But I would really appreciate it if you, like, liked and subbed, because currently I think I'm at, like, 6 subscribers, and my goal is to get to, like, 20 by, like, summer, so if you could help me on that, I would really appreciate it. So please, if you want to, like and subscribe. Alright. Gotta cut the video here though. Bye guys. Oh shit.